Fighting cancer involves understanding the biology of many kinds of cells. Healthy body cells, cancerous cells, and lymphocytes, or white blood cells. The war against cancer requires an intimate knowledge of how cells work, their DNA and proteins, and what happens when their biology goes wrong. Melanoma is the deadliest type of skin cancer. It is also the most rapidly increasing cancer in the U.S., with 30,000 new cases every year. Here at the National Institutes of Health, doctors are conducting a unique study, working to stop the uncontrolled growth of the cancer cells and cure their patients of melanoma. They hypothesize that it is possible to arm our own immune cells to fight off this dreaded disease. If doctors can successfully cure their patients of melanoma, they have a chance of finding a cure for other cancers. Dr. Steven Rosenberg heads this effort.
This is the enemy. This is what we have to beat. This is what's growing in the bodies of our patients.
Dr. Rosenberg's research began when he saw a patient whose cancer disappeared with no treatment at all.
This spontaneous regression of his cancer has been seen in other patients, but it's one of the rarest occurrences in all of medicine. But somehow it seemed to me that this patient's body had figured out how to destroy his own cancer. And that, in part, set me on this search for the last 20 years to try to figure out how the body's natural defenses might be used to treat malignancy.
Dr. Rosenberg and his team have identified some of the genes that the body uses to fight cancer. By transferring those genes into cells of the immune system, Rosenberg has developed a treatment that he believes will help the body identify and eliminate cancerous cells. This gene therapy is used to enhance tumor-fighting lymphocytes, specialized white blood cells. The genes allow the lymphocytes to recognize specific cancerous cells and destroy them. All the patients in Dr. Rosenberg's trial have endured conventional cancer treatments with few positive results. But some of the patients who received this treatment have shown amazing improvement. Some have even seen their cancer disappear.
In those patients that show a cancer regression as a result of our treatments, what's actually happening inside the body is exactly what we're seeing in this scanning electron micrograph, magnified 100,000 times. These lymphocytes, these immune warriors, physically attach to and attack this tumor cell and destroy it by injecting into the cancer cell a substance that will result in its destruction. And our challenge is to put the balance of power into these lymphocytes as opposed to the power that the cancer cell now has in most patients with malignancy. And so these are the warriors that we're trying to enhance. And when we give vaccines, what we're actually trying to do is increase the number of these cells that are capable of attacking the cancer cell.
Melanoma cells multiply at an alarming rate, leaving the immune system helpless. Growing more, stronger lymphocytes to boost the immune system to seek out the cancers demands constant attention.
We're just checking the lymphocytes for their ability to recognize the tumor. They really require exquisite care. They're like very temperamental babies. And if you don't treat them just right, they act up.
This approach of creating stronger lymphocytes has been proven successful in the lab and in some patients.
Ready to get the next part of this started?
But this treatment doesn't work for everyone. The next goal is to find out why the vaccine works in some patients and not others. As in any clinical trial, this treatment is a work in progress and a necessary step in developing the medicines of tomorrow. Scientists in the lab are constantly making new discoveries that boost Dr. Rosenberg's confidence that the war on cancer can eventually be won. Every patient teaches him something else about the cancer and its treatment. The successes and the failures take him closer to beating this deadly disease.
It is exactly like a detective story because what we do is we follow clues.
So, what do we have?
We get clues in the laboratory, we take them to the patient. We make observations that we then take back to the laboratory and then back to the patient, slowly trying to track down this killer.
So what do we got? Did it work?
Yes. Yes. Definitely it worked.